all kinds of Western comics. We'll talk to you today about heroes mainly, but I want to give you a quick review or a preview of upcoming episodes that we'll have. Of course, we've had episodes on Stan Lee Unmasked, Lone Ranger Unmasked, Rex Allen. We've had 2 episodes on him. Dale Evans, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Trigger. So check those out on YouTube. But we plan to do some episodes on little known facts about John Wayne, about this character. He's pretty popular in the Western world, of course, and also there were some comic books, and I'll get into those when we talk about the Duke. Also, some rarely seen Westerns. We'll be discussing those, where maybe there were just 1 or 2 issues and just a few episodes of their TV show. We'll also talk about the biggest cowboy, and I'll save that for when we do the episode. Also, there was the Law Books cowboy. Of course, I'll tell you who that was. That was Sugarfoot, Will Hutchins. And then Western heroines or cowgirls. Also, Westerns in Classic Illustrated. I don't know if you're aware, but there are quite a few of the Classics Illustrated comics that had that Western flavor, Western theme. And we'll do some of the non-Western photo covers also. But I wanted to show you today some of my heroes and some of the well-known ones that maybe you've seen on Grit on television. They're showing a lot of reruns of The Texan, for instance. There's one. His real name was Francis Timothy McCowan, and he spent a little time in reform school when he was about 13 years old. Became a professional gambler. Then after several jobs, working in several occupations, he was discovered by Alan Ladd, the man from Shane. And from then on, his star began to rise. Buck Jones was another hero of mine. His real name was Charles Frederick Gebhard. And he's well known for actually in real life saving people from a nightclub fire. You might look that up about Buck Jones. And here's one of my main heroes. His real name is Clint Walker. And I'll have quite a bit to say about him in an episode. He played Cheyenne and also had a good line of comics. Here's a man named John Payne who played The Restless Gun. That was a TV series. And there were only 3 issues of this comic, but very interesting comic series of The Restless Gun. And here's one of the last silver screen cowboys, Monty Hale. You may, I don't know if you know this, but his wife became quite a leader there at Gene Autry Museum there in Los Angeles. But Monty Hale, he was one of the taller cowboys, about 6'5". Then we have, of course, John Wayne. We'll tell you more about him later. This is issue number 1 in his comics. Of course, you know all about his movies. Here's another tall guy. Name's James Arness. He had a brother named Peter Graves who played in a TV series called Fury. But we'll have an episode on Matt Dillon or James Arness. Here's one of my favorites too, is Joel McRae. He was one of my heroes as I was growing up in a lot of his different movies. He also played in a TV series for a while as the Texas, Jace Pearson of the Texas Rangers. Then Lash LaRue, of course, was a popular cowboy star in the Westerns. This is number 1 issue of his comic books. Here's Whip Wilson, just to give you an idea of what we'll be talking about in some issues coming up. Then we have Ken Maynard. He made a personal appearance in my hometown way back in, I think it was in the 60s or 70s at the Kirby Theater. And I happened to be there to see Ken Maynard, but he had a good series of comics also. Of course, you know about the Lone Ranger. We've got an episode on him. Gene Autry. This is the number 2 of Gene Autry. You might look that up. It's got a nice photo cover of Gene Autry, the 5-star cowboy. And then Hopalong Cassidy, he's Bill Boyd. This is a photocopy actually of the #1 comic. And then here's Roy Rogers again, and his first issue, 4-color 38. It's also a photocopy, but I do have the original copy. Then here's Red Rider. There's a mystery in this. There's not a #2 in the series of comics. This is #3, and there's a note in Overstreet Price Guide about beware of almost identical reprints of #1. You know, they're trying to sell it as the original, but it's not. So there are some of our heroes. Of course, as a boy growing up, I got into the good book, and I learned about Joseph. Here's an old 1946 comic about Joseph from the Old Testament. He was one of my heroes, as was David and Daniel. You know, Daniel in the lion's den. And those were my heroes, some of my heroes growing up. Of course, my big hero in my life was my dad. His name was Albert Hawkins. There he is holding a little Hawkeye right there. That's me, and that's my mom. Of course, she was a hero of mine also. Here they are together. I just thought I'd pay tribute to them as heroes. And we had a reunion one time, and all the boys in the family, I'm the oldest of 5 boys, we all had a Hawkeye hat, wore it during our time in the reunion there. And here's my dad. I worked with him on the milk truck, a Long Meadow Dairy milk truck, for several years, and I learned a lot about working hard, got a good work ethic from my hero, who's my dad. Then this is my main hero. He's the one that taught me about life, living life more abundantly, and he's the one that said that I am the way, the truth, and the life. So that's something about my heroes, and some previews about upcoming episodes. I hope you'll take those in, and please give me some likes and subscribe, because we're looking for subscribers and getting quite a channel going here. So we'll look for you there on the YouTube channel, Hawkeye Westerns.